Good morning, watch fans. This is Big Jim talking about wristwatches. And these two watches belong to my neighbor Romeo. Romeo is a watch guy, if you can believe it. In all the world, my next door neighbor is a watch guy. And these are two of his. He also has a couple others that I play with, but these two are quartz watches that both had dead batteries. And he asked me to switch them out for him. And I got to play with them and, take them apart. And this is a Bulova quartz with a screw down back. It's not the VH, it's not the high beat Bulova. It's the regular quartz watch. And this is a regular Briel quartz watch. And the Bulova is actually really nice. It has a nice little chrono. And I didn't even know they made a chrono. The hardest thing about this watch, because it was, where it died, is where the chronometer, the hand actually was way off. So, getting this thing to reset was really, really hard. It's still not perfect, but it is better than it was. I do like the watch quite a bit, though. Pretty nice looking watch. Use just a standard battery, and I got no complaints. It's a pretty good watch. And I got to talk about watches with somebody, and that's really cool. And that was the second watch conversation I had this week out in the wild. There's not a lot of watch guys that I know. I only know a couple, and everybody wears an Apple Watch. And I had another conversation with a guy about Apple Watches. He has the Series 4, his wife has the Series 5, and they're talking about buying the Series 6. And he saw my watch and wanted to know what I thought of them. And I told him the truth. I said, they're really just mini computers. And if you use them as that, they're great. I much prefer, if I had to buy one, it would be a Series 5 or newer, because it has an always-on face and it can tell the time of the watch. You can do a million other things also, but it can always tell the time. And that's really what they're for, in my opinion. But they do so many other things, and they do them well. But this, this was an interesting conversation. We talked for 20 minutes about watches, and he just wanted to know what I thought of Invicta also. And Invicta gets a lot of grief for their insane recommended retail price and their claims of fame and fortune and amazement that are all overblown. And I explained that's my big problem with Invicta, was that they make all these fanciful claims that aren't true. They didn't invent anything other than the yellow box. They invented the yellow box. And they invented the crazy marketing techniques of putting a $1,000 price tag on a $200 watch and then claiming you got an 80% discount when it's always just a $200 watch. So, and, that was an interesting conversation, one I hadn't expected to have with Robert. I've known Robert a couple of years. He married the daughter of one of my closest friends. And, I like the guy. He's a good guy. He's a pharmacist, busy, works hard. His wife is a planning coordinator for Bellagio here in Las Vegas, and very good people, very nice people, live in a great neighborhood way across town, but very good people. And having a conversation with someone out of the blue about watches is always great. I like that. Don't get to have a lot of those. So I'm going to give these back to my neighbor Romeo today. Hopefully he'll be really happy with the way it turned out. They keep good time. They're quartzes, so they're going to keep good time. And actually, really, I thought the Bulova would be the one I would fall in love with. I do like it, but I've never, I'm not like enamored of it. But I really like the Briel. I guess because I'm a bracelet guy. I really am a bracelet guy. This thing will never fit me. Romeo's got this super tiny wrists. He's got 6-inch wrists, and I've got the 8.5-inch wrist. So, but it is a really attractive watch. It really is. Look at that thing. I've never heard of the company before or anything. And it's a really attractive watch. So, yeah, good on Romeo. He's also got a Panerai. He's got a few other nice ones. He's got like a dozen watches. And he's a little older than I am. And he's been collecting watches a really long time. And did 20-odd years in the Navy. Been around the world and bought watches everywhere he went. So that's kind of cool, having a neighbor who knows a little about watches and likes watches. So this has been my conversations in the wild about watches. Very, very nice surprise. You guys have a great morning, and I'll see you on the next one.